My mom always said life was like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get.
I know. That, of course, is Tom Hanks. I wonder if he's seen that scene a time or two. It's Forrest Gump in the iconic 1994 movie the same name. We welcome you back to CBS Mornings. Let's talk about Tom for just a second. He's won 2 Academy Awards for Best Actor. He's been awarded a Presidential Medal of Freedom, the only person in the room who can say that. He has starred in dozens of movies over his 40-year career, including Catch Me If You Can, Apollo 13, Toy Story. I love Sleepless in Seattle myself. Now the acclaimed actor is sharing everything he knows, everything, about making movies and the people who do it. There's a new book out. It's called The Making of Another Major Motion Picture Masterpiece. I like that word. It's a fictional account of making a film from conception to release. And Tom Hanks, the author, is in studio. Hi, Tom Hanks.
Good. I felt like I was just going through the grid on DirecTV. And no matter what channel, there was some 90s movie with me in it. I've seen it, know how. Don't recall much of that one, but I think.
But Tom, that's interesting because in this book, Ren Lane, one of the main characters, she's flipping through and she sees a movie that she's in and she stops and watches. Do you
Exactly. Now, then, if like Ren Lane,
yes,
she stops on a movie that she hates.
Yes.
And she sees herself in a scene that she loathes,
yes,
what she had to do with it. That might be the only time I stop on one movie.
Really?
Oh, watch what went wrong in this. Look how terrible
I was wondering
am.
if you do that. But listen, this is the thing. I've never seen anybody do this before, guys. In the acknowledgments, he goes, or the opening, he goes, for all the actors in the cast and every member of the crew. Tom, I've never seen anybody thank every member of the crew. And what we know sitting here is, without the crew, you have nothing. And in this movie, in this book rather, you're talking about how every job matters when you're making a movie. That's what I thought was
There's
so
a moment that comes where a single cog in the machinery has not had time to prepare, or dare it makes a mistake, and guess what? You are waiting for that moment to come. The pressure, I think, could be backbreaking on anybody who has to make sure that what is up on the set is necessary. Now, that can also mean an actor who hasn't really thought through the moment, or a director who freezes or what have you, or a lens that is not in the kit that needs to go on the camera. But the crew goes through everything that you do. Say, for example, and I've done enough night shoots, and after a while there's nothing. You know, night shoots are actually how the communists used to torture dissidents. They would make them shoot at night in the rain, a love scene in which the whole movie. And so you're trying to do this over and over again until 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock in the morning. And the only way you're going home is when the sun starts rising and you hear the cocks crow. That means you actually get to go home.
But you Tom, you talk about the good, the bad, and the ugly, including a very difficult movie star. OKB is his name. This guy is so obnoxious, such a jerk, breaks all of the rules. And you said, I can relate to him. I find that so hard to believe. Please explain.
Well, okay, OKB in this case is a little full of himself, which happens. He actually thinks he's a bit of the cock of the walk because he's a star of what is now going to be his 3rd movie. That fills you with a type of hubris that is not good for anybody, and he himself might not realize what he's going through. But Bill Johnson, the director of the movie, says, I need this guy in this movie for this. He's got this. And there's a ton of, I just saw an example of it when I was operating the TV.
With Nate,
There are people who just naturally have a cognizance when you come in here. And that is money in the bank. It is panned gold. It's the coin of the realm. And you'd be amazed at how often organizations and movies will put up with the most insane behavior from somebody.
But Tom, I'm talking about you. I'm talking about you. You said that you would behave that way. That's what I want to know. You have been an obnoxious jerk on a movie. Seriously.
Oh, I'd say, hey, I've been the guy who says, why can't I wear sunglasses? I think the guy should wear sunglasses in this scene. Come on, they look cool. Come on, man. Look, you can do it that way, but what if I say the line like this? I love you, baby. Let me do that. Let me wear sunglasses for once in my miserable career. Let me wear sunglasses. And the DP comes up and says, well, we're just going to lose your eyes.
Yes.
Or
and he still insists.
The producer says, Tom, we'll have to take the glare out, and that's $250,000 in post.
And OKB says, okay.
No, OKB just keeps him on and says, let me do it once with him. Let me do it once with him. And it's all wasted.
That
Tom,
was you, wow.
You're speaking about these moments on the set, and you talked about mistakes happening. And in the book, you write about serendipities, strokes of good luck, even some disasters that may happen while filming, but that would ultimately lead to a great movie.
Yeah.
Like, do you have an example of that? Because I'm curious.
I will tell you that on a movie that is on the grid that I made.
One of those films.
Made with Mr. Spielberg. We showed up on the set of Saving Private Ryan, and the sun was in the wrong place. Literally, he could not shoot what he wanted to shoot that morning because he showed up and he thought the sun was over here, was actually over there. And if the sun placement is key to how dramatic it's lighting. It's literally
like
God's gaffer. God is your gaffer, and you have to figure out. And so what he did was he just took a walk around the set, and 10 minutes later he said, we're going to shoot this through Jeremy is going to grab the little sniper scope, and we're going to do the whole thing through there. So his entire, he told me what he was going to do with his scene. It was thrown away, and serendipity said we're going to have to do it a different way, and you do it a different way. And if you have the great collaborative process right there, you still get to examine the theme of the movie, despite where the sun is.
Right.
Yes.
You clearly love this collaborative process.
Yes.
The book really is a love letter to it for all the stress that is involved, the cracked vessels, the human error, the mistakes. At one point you mentioned a character says they're surprised that not everyone in the movie business doesn't knit for sanity.
Yeah.
It's that difficult. But talk about why you love it. I've heard you call it a bridge. A movie is a bridge over a vast body of water. What do you mean?
As a person who, when I was young, and I'd see some movie, like Duel at Diablo or something like that, I'd come out and say, I can't imagine a better way of spending 2 hours than having come seen this movie. My life is actually expanded because I was involved in the story of what these people were, and that is the bona fide art of the arts and sciences of motion pictures. We can be moved by opera. We can be moved by a short story that we read. We can be moved by a painting in a museum or sculpture. But the active part, it's a participatory process of being in a movie, is you are transported from your seat into a character in that film. You are actually a participant. You're engaged. You're watching what goes on. You actually think, well, what would I do in the same circumstance? And the making of a movie, I was a very young actor, and Vincent Dowling of the Great Lakes Shakespeare Festival came in to guest direct The Cherry Orchard, Anton Chekhov's The Cherry Orchard. And at the very first read-through, he said, we're all here for one reason, and that's for fun, because work in the theater is more fun than fun. And I said, that is exactly how I have felt.
That's a line in the book, page 97.
Yeah.
Making movies is more fun than fun. Well, what's not fun right now is a writer's strike. Can you give us your take on that? They've got a really good case, it seems.
The entire industry is at a crossroads, and everybody knows it. The financial motor has to be completely redefined, and there is some degree of pie here that is going to have to be equitably distributed by the people who are responsible for the content. Not the folks who make the deals for the content, the folks who actually make it. And first up is the writers. Yeah. We do not have scripts without writers.
It all starts with the written word.
And up next is the directors. We do not have filmed stories without directors, and the actors are coming up as well. So there is going to have to be some sort of sit down, and for the common good of the story, the arts and sciences, and the business of show.
Yes.
Like minds are going to have to come down and be equitable and
we
come
all
up
hope.
with, believe it or not, some type of win-win situation.
Yes, we all hope that this doesn't last long. The other thing that's fun about you, they call you an American treasure, and I'm sure you hate that. But honest to God, Tom, I don't know anybody. We call this Tom Hanks Tuesday.
Yeah.
I don't know anybody.
Is every Tuesday Tom Hanks?
Yeah,
it is.
Around
Yeah,
here.
All right, I'll be here in the food truck out on the street.
See you next Tuesday. But you and Rita also have so much fun. The video of you guys at Bruce Bruce's concert. Bruce
Oh my
Springsteen, of
Lord,
course.
yeah. By the way, who
that
knows
looks so fun.
his lyrics better than me? I'm
Yes,
sorry.
yes.
I've been singing Backstreets for an awfully long time.
I know. I thought that was so fun to see all you guys
Oh,
together.
you can't help it. You can't. It's great, you know. And we were in Spain.
Yes.
And you know,
He's big in Spain.
Oh,
Big.
they sell a lot of records in Spain.
Yeah. So what's the key
He's
to
like the
a
rain in
long
Spain.
marriage?
Huh?
A long, happy marriage. What's the key to it?
And keep it short so I can say the title of your book.
Okay, all right. Yeah. You got to marry the right person for the right reason.
There you go. There
Tom
you
Hanks.
go.
The book is terrific.
She says the same about you, Tom.
Oh, I'll take it.
Anybody in any creative field will be inspired. They
Yes,
laugh.
exactly
They will
right.
want to do more of what they're doing. It's a great read. The book is called The Making of Another Major Motion Picture Masterpiece.
Wait,
Very
John,
hard to do.
John, can I just say one great line
It's
from
out
the book?
today.
Wait,
Happy
can I just
publication
say
day.
one great line? Curiosity fuels your passion, carries you. If you lose either, you're done. That's true.
Do that, so that's why you could just keep doing this as long as you
that's-
wake up in the morning and
Yes.
say, how the
That's how I feel.
It is true. Money also counts, and in CBS
Yes.
Mornings deals some products that may make your day a little bit brighter, a little bit better. But
Tom
first,
should
time
do
for a
deals.
check of your local weather. Care to sell today, Tom?
Tom should do deals.